Assalamu alaikum. This is October-November 2019, P41. Code is 0580. Let's solve this paper. Our first question is, in the diagram AC and BD are straight lines, find the value of P and the value of Q. So the angle 48 degree opposite to it is inside the triangle, so it is vertically opposite angle, so I am going to write 48 inside. Now if I subtract 48 from 180, I can get the value of P, because BD is a straight line. So P is equal to 132, and for Q, I can subtract 55 and 48 from 180, because sum of interior angle of a triangle is 180. So this is 77. So P 132 and Q is 77. In part B, the angles of a quadrilateral are x plus 5, 2x minus 25, and x plus 10. Find the value of x. So sum of interior angle of any quadrilateral equals 360. So add all of them and equate it with 360. Now solve it for x. So your x is 74 degrees. Part C, a regular polygon has 72 sides. Find the size of an interior angle. So sum of exterior angle of any polygon, whether it is regular or irregular, is always equal to 360 degree. If I divide 360 by the exterior angle, I can get the number of sides. So we have given a regular polygon has 72 sides. So it means we can divide 360 by 72, so we get one exterior angle. So if I subtract that exterior angle from 180, I can get the interior angle, which is 175, and this is what examiner wants from us. So this is 175 degree. In question number D, we have to find U, V, W, X and Y. So let's start from the easiest part. I can see W. W is 60 degree due to alternate segment theorem. The tangent makes 60 degree with the AD. So in the alternate segment at the circumference where B is written, so that would also be 60 degree. So let me make a small diagram so that you can understand it. Okay, this is alternate segment, so W is 60 degree. Now V is also 60 degree because AD is a line segment and there are two triangles on it, ADC and ADB. So angle in the same segments are always equal. So let me write it and make a small diagram separate for this. So this is angle in the same segment. Now let's try to find out. Okay, OA is radius, so radius make 90 degree with the tangent. If I subtract 60 from 90, I can get U, which is 30. And now let's try to find. Okay, OA is radius, so OD is radius, so it becomes isosceles triangle. So subtract these two base angles, 30 and 30, from 180, and you can get x. So this is 120. There is another way to find x. You see 60 at the circumference, so angle at center is twice an angle at circumference subtended by the same arc. So double of 60 is 120. Now for y, subtract 120 from 180, you got 60 degree. Subtract 60 and 20 from 180, you get 100. And subtract 100 from 180, you get 80. So you are in the small triangle where y is located. So subtract these both angles 60 and 80 from 180, and you can get y, which is 40. So that's how we find all the angles. In part E, find the value of x. So you can see 5x is at the circumference. So at the center, it would be 10x. Because our property says angle at center is twice an angle at some circumference subtended by the same arc. So now 10x plus 3x plus 22, that would be equals to 360. And from here you find out the value of x. So x is 26 degrees. In question number 2, Ali and Mo share a sum of money in the ratio Ali ratio Mo equals 9 ratio 7. Ali receives 600 more dollars than Mo. Calculate how much each receive. So Ali receives more than Mo, so you can subtract 7 from 9 because the difference is $600. So 9 minus 7 is 2. So 2 represents 600. So 1 would represent how much? So write x. So 2 over 600 equals 1 over x. Cross multiply. So x is equal to 300. So now the Ali's ratio is 9, so you multiply its ratio by 300, so you get the money Ali receives, and the ratio of Mo is 7, so multiply 7 by 300, you get the Mo's money, that is 2100. So write these values in the answer space. B part, in a sale Ali buys a television for $195.8. The original price was $220. Calculate the percentage reduction on the original price. So the difference is 220 minus 195. So write down the difference, 24.2 divided by the original price, which is 220, multiplied by 100. So this is percentage reduction method, and you get 11%. In a sale, Mo buys a jacket for $63. The original price was reduced by 25%. Calculate the original price. So reduction means 100 minus 25, that is 75%. So write 75% times x, which is original price, equals $63. So x equals 63 into 100 over 75. So x is $84, which is the original price of the jacket. In question number 3, Dina invests $600 for 5 years at a rate of 2% per year compound interest. Calculate the value of this investment at the end of the 5 years. So formula for compound interest is A equals P times 1 plus R over 100 whole power n. So our P is 600, rate is 2, and N is 5. So solve it with the help of calculator. So 662.4, and this is 662, up to 3 significant figures. Value of a gold ring increases exponentially at a rate of 5% per year. The value is now $882. Calculate the value of the ring 2 years ago. So 2 years ago again, because it is exponentially increasing, so again we can use the compound interest formula. And now we are going to write 882 under A, and equals P times 1 plus 5 over 100 whole power 2. So solve it for P. So you got 800, the answer. Find the number of complete year it takes for the ring's value of $882 to increase to a value of greater than 1100. So we can write 882 times 1 plus 5 over 100 power n is greater than 1100. Now you divide 1100 by 882. So 1 plus 5 over 100 is 1.05 power n. It's greater than 1.247, and take log on both sides. So LG 1.05 power n is greater than LG 1.247. So power will come to the side of the log. So n is greater than LG 1.247 divided by LG 1.05. So this is 4.5. So n is greater than 4.5, so round it off to 5. So this is approximately, it will take complete 5 years for the ring's value of 882 to increase to a value of greater than $1100. Question number 4, part A1. Calculate the external curved surface area of a cylinder with radius 8 meter and height 19. So curved surface, formula for curved surface area is 2 pi r h. So 2 into 3.142 into radius is 8, height is 19. Simple. So your answer is 955.1 meter square, which is 955 square meter 3SF. Part 2. This surface is painted at a cost of $0.85 per square meter. Calculate the cost of painting this surface. So you multiply 955 by the price given, 0.85. So you get the answer, $811.75. A solid metal sphere with the radius 6 cm is melted down, and all of the metal is used to make a solid cone with radius 8 cm and height h. Show that h is equal to 13.5. So volume is 4 over 3 into the value of pi is 3.142, and the radius is 6, so cube of 6. So your volume is 904.896 cubic centimeter. Now volume of cone is 1 over 3 pi r square h. So 904.896 under V equals 1 over 3 into 3.142. Radius is 8 square, and we have to find h. So make h the subject now. So h is equal to 13.5, which is shown. So in part 2, calculate the slant height of the cone. So slant height, so this is the radius of the cone is 8, and height is just we found out and slant height is L, which is hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So L equals 13.5 square plus 8 square whole under root. So slant height is 15.7. Calculate the curved surface area of the cone. The curved surface area A of a cone with radius R and slant height L is pi RL. So just place the values in this formula. 3.142 into radius is 8 and slant height is 15.7. So this is 395 centimeter square. In part C, two cones are mathematically similar. The total surface area of the smaller cone is 80 centimeter square. The total surface area of the larger cone is 180 centimeter square. The volume of the smaller cone is 168 cubic centimeter. Calculate the volume of the larger cone. So for areas, you can choose A1 over A2 equals L1 over L2 whole square. So let smaller cone be A1 and the larger cone be A2. So 80 over 180 equals L1 over L2 whole square. So remove the square from L1 over L2, so you have to square root the other side, 80 over 180. So the square root of 80 is 8.944 and square root of 180 is 13.416. So L1 is 8.944 and L2 is 13.416. So you got the length. So now use the formula V1 over V2 equals L1 over L2 whole cube. So take V1 as 168 and you have to find V2. So the corresponding length of V1 is 8.944 over 13.416 whole cube. So 168 over V2 equals cube of 8.944 is 715.476 over, and cube of 13.416 is 2414.73. Now cross multiply, make V2 the subject. So V2 is 567 cubic centimeter. This is the volume of the larger cone. The diagram shows a pyramid with a square base ABCD. DB is 8 and P is vertically above the center X of the base and PX is equal to 5. So it means our theta is PBD and DB was 8, so X is in the middle, so it divides 8 into half, 4 and 4, and the vertical height is given Px, which is 5, so you got the right angle triangle. Opposite to theta is perpendicular and adjacent to theta is base, so use tan theta to find out the angle. So tan theta is 5 over 4, theta is tan inverse of 5 over 4, so theta is 51.34, which is 51.3 up to 1 decimal place. The diagram shows a triangular field ABC on horizontal ground. OLAF runs from A to B at a constant speed of 4 meter per second and then from B to C at a constant speed of 3 meter per second. He then runs at a constant speed from C to A. His average speed for the whole journey is 3.6 meter per second. Calculate his speed when he runs from C to A. Okay. Distance from A to B is 120. Speed from A to B is 4 meter per second, and time is distance divided by speed. So 120 over 4, and this is 30 seconds. Now distance from B to C is 180 and speed is from B to C is 3 meter per second, and your time is distance divided by speed, which is 180 divided by 3. So this is 60 seconds. Now you have to calculate the total distance from A to B to C, and this is 4 450. You add 120, 180, 150. So you got the total distance. Now the total time, 90 plus x. So this speed is distance divided by time. So distance 450 and speed was 3.6 and time is 90 plus x. So from here you calculate the value x. So x is 35 seconds. Now distance divided by time. So 150 divided by 35, which is 4.28, round off to 4.3 meter per second. Use the cosine rule to find the angle BAC. BAC. So opposite to capital B, small b, which is length AC, and opposite to capital A is a small a, which represents the length BC. Opposite to capital C is a small c, which represents the length AB. So we have to find angle BAC. So A square equals B square plus C square minus 2BC cos of A. Place the values. A was 180, so square of 180 equals square of 150 plus the square of 120 minus 2 into 150 into 120 cos of angle A. Now make cos of angle A the subject. So A equals cos inverse of 0.12. A means angle BAC, 82.81, which is 82.8. The bearing of C from A is 210. Find the bearing of B from A. So B from A, so make bearing at A. So bearing of C from A is 210. So this whole red angle is 210, and we have to find angle up to here. I have made the arrow. So this is angle BAC. We just found out it was 82.8. So subtract 82.8 from 210, you will get the bearing of B from A, which is 127.2 degrees. Find the bearing of A from B. Now make bearing at B. So this is the arrow, I made it. This is the bearing we have to find. So two parallel lines have interior angles, so you have the bearing of B from A, that is one angle of the interior angle, and if you subtract that angle from 180, you will get this small angle. So 210 minus 180, sorry, not 210, this is 127.2. So 127.2 subtracted from 180, you will get the angle 52.8 here. And now subtract this angle from 360, you will get the bearing, which is 307.2. D is a point on AC that is nearest to B. Calculate the distance from D to A. So for nearest you have to draw the vertical line 90 degree on AC, and this X is the nearest distance. So you got the right angle triangle in which you got one angle 82.8 and one length 120. So base over hypotenuse will give you the value of X. So base over hypotenuse is cos. So write cos of 82.8 equals x over hypotenuse 120. So x is 15. Okay, cumulative frequency diagram shows information about the time taken by 200 students to solve a problem. Use a cumulative frequency diagram to find estimate of the median. So median is half of 200, which is 100. So from here you touch the graph and read the corresponding value. This is 34. So your median is 34. And interquartile range means upper quartile minus lower quartile. For upper quartile, you first find out the 3 over 4 of 200. So this is 150. So each small box represents 4. So 150 lies somewhere here. So from here, touch the graph and read the corresponding value on the x-axis. This is 43. This is upper quartile. And of our lower quartile, 1 over 4 of the 200, which is 50. And your 50 is somewhere here. From here, touch the graph and read the corresponding value on the x-axis. This is 25. And this is your lower quartile. So upper quartile minus lower quartile will give you interquartile range. So 43 minus 25, 18. The number of students who took more than 40 minutes. From the horizontal axis, from 40, go to the graph and read the corresponding value on the y-axis, that is 140. Now subtract 140 from 200. So this is 200 minus 140 will give you the number of students who took more than 40 minutes. The answer is 60. Roberto records the value of each of the coin he has at home. The table shows the result. Find the range. So highest value minus lowest value. So this is 50 minus 1. Highest is 50 and lowest is 1. So 49 cents. Mode is the most frequently occurring number. So the frequency of 20 is highest, so 20 is our mode. Median. So you add the frequencies, so it totals 15. Now divided by 2, you get 7.5 rounded up to 8. And now you calculate where 8 lies in which box. So 3 plus 1 is 4. You are adding frequencies, right? So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. And the next block, 8 lies in this block. So median is 10. So you pick the value of the cents, 10. So your median is 10. Work out the total value of Roberto coins. So for total values, you have to just multiply frequencies with the cents. 3 into 1 plus 1 into 2 plus 3 into 5 plus 2 into 10 plus 4 into 20 plus 2 into 50. So this is 220. This is the total value. Work out the mean. So you have already worked out the total value, so you divide it by the total number of frequency, which is 15. So sum of f of x over sum of f, you have already calculated sum of f of x, which is 220. Now sum of the frequency is 15. So you get the answer 14.66. So 14.7 cents is the mean. Histogram shows information about the masses of 100 boxes, frequency density, and he says mass in kilogram at the x-axis. Calculate the estimate of the mean. So to find mean, first find out the midpoint. So midpoint of the first class from 0 to 10, you have to add 0 plus 10 divided by 2, you will get the midpoint. Okay, and you also need the frequencies. So first convert frequency from frequency density, you can find out the frequency. So frequency density equal frequency divided by class weight. So frequency equals frequency density into class weight. So first frequency density is 3 and its class weight is 10, so your frequency is 30. For the second, do the same thing. Its frequency is 8 and class weight is 5, so frequency is 40. For the third, do the same thing. Frequency density is 2 and class width is 15. So you got the frequencies. Now calculate the midpoint of each class. So first, in the first class, 0 plus 10 divided by 2 will give you the midpoint. So, oh sorry, I have mistakenly written 0 plus 5 divided by 2. Okay, I will correct it. So for the second is 10 plus 15 divided by 2 and 15 plus 30 divided by 2. So now let me correct the first class. 0 plus 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. Now you multiply, you are doing the same thing, sum of f of x over sum of f. So you multiply 13 to 5 plus 14 to 12, 12.5 plus 13 to 22.5 divided by sum of the frequencies. So you got the mean, which is 13.75 kg. Question number 7a. Oranges cost 21 cents each. Alex buys X oranges and Bobby buys X plus 2 oranges. The total cost of these oranges is $4.2. Find the value of X. So you multiply 21 by X plus 2 by 21 is equal to, convert $4.2 into cents. So multiply 4.2 by 100. So you get 420 cents. Now solve it for X. Your X is 9. The cost of one ruler is R cents. The cost of one protector is P cents. The total cost of 5 ruler and 1 protector is 245 cents. The total cost of 2 rulers and 3 protectors is 215 cents. Write down 2 equations in terms of R and P and solve these equations to find the cost of 1 protector. So 5R plus P is equal to 245. This is our one equation. Then 2R plus 3P is equal to 215. This is our second equation. So I'm going to make P same. So I will multiply the equation number 1 by 3 and equation number 2 by 1, which are the quotients of P. So I got this. Now change the signs of the second equation. Now 3P and 3P gone. So 13R equals 520 from here. The value of R is 40. Pick any equation. 15R plus 3P is equal to 735. Now use the value of R here. And now solve it for P. So our P is 45. So actually he wanted us to find out the value of P, which is cost of one protector. C. Carol walks 12 km at x km per hour and then a further 6 km at x minus 1 km per hour. The total time taken is 5 hours. Write an equation in terms of x and show that it simplifies to this. So distance is 12 kilometer and speed is x kilometer per hour, so time is unknown. The second portion distance is 6 kilometer and the speed is x minus 1 kilometer per hour, time unknown. Speed equals distance divided by time, so time equals distance divided by speed. So in first portion our distance divided by speed, time is 12 over x. In the second portion our time is 6 over x minus 1. Now add both of them, 12 over x plus 6 over x minus 1, and equate it with 5 hours, because he says the total time taken is 5 hours. So take the LCM and now solve it, simplify it, and this is shown. Factorize 5x square minus 23x plus 12. So for factorization, use the midterm breaking and use your calculator. Because it is a 2-mark question, you can use calculator and write down the factors directly, 5x minus 3 and x minus 4. Solve the equation, because this is equal to 0 and you have already calculated its factors. So each factor equate to 0, and from there find out the value of x. So x first value is x is equal to 3 over 5, and the second value is x is equal to 4. Write down Carol's walking speed during the final 6 kilometer. So in final 6 kilometer our expression was 6 over x minus 1, so use the value 4 there, and you got her speed 2 kilometer per hour. Question number 8. The diagram shows 5 cards. Donald chooses a card at random. Write down the probability that the number of dots on this card is an even number. So even number cards are 1, 2, 3, 4. So total cards are 5. So probability is 4 over 5. Write down the probability that the number of dots on this card is a prime number. So 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cards which are holding prime numbers. So again 4 over 5. Donald chooses 2 of the 5 cards at random without replacement. He works out the total number of dots on these 2 cards. Find the probability that the total number of dots is 5. So total number of dots can be 3, 2, which makes 5. 3 plus 2 makes 5. Or 2, 3, which makes 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. So probability of 3 dots is 1 over 5 into probability of 2 dots is, there are 1, 2, 3 cards of 2 dots, so 3 over 4. Or mean add. So probability of 2 dot card is 3 over 5 and probability of 3 dot card is 1 over 4. Now solve it. You got 3 over 10, the answer. Find the probability that total number of dots is an odd number. Okay. Odd number makes 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, or 4, 3. So write down all their probabilities. The probability of 3 is 1 over 5, probability of 2 is 3 over 4. Or means add, plus you have to add. Probability of 2 is 3 over 5, probability of 3 is 1 over 4. So write down all their probabilities and now solve it. So you got the answer 2 over 5. A car hire company has X small cars and Y large cars. The company has at least 6 cars in total. The number of large cars is less than or equal to the number of small cars. The largest number of small cars is 8. Write down 3 inequalities in terms of X and slash or Y to show this information. The company has at least 6 cars in total. X small, Y large, at least 6 in total. At least means 6 or more than 6. So you can write X plus Y is greater than or equal to 6. The number of large cars is less than or equal to the number of small cars. So large car represents Y, so you can write Y is less than equal to x. The largest number of small car is 8. Largest number means up to 8. So x is less than equal to 8, means 8 or less than 8. So these are three inequalities. A small car can carry 4 people and a large car can carry 6 people. One day the largest number of people to be carried is 60. Show that 2x plus 3y is less than equal to 60. So you write 4x plus 6y is less than equal to 60. Because he said a small car can carry 4 people and a large car can carry 6 people. So 4x plus 6y, and largest number he said 60, so it is less than equal to 60. Now divide the whole equation by 2, so you get the value which is to be shown. C part. By shading unwanted regions on the grid, show and label the region R that satisfy all 4 inequalities. Okay, our first inequality is x plus y is equal to 6. So put x is equal to 0 to find out y. So you got y6. So your first point is at x0, y6. So here I am making this at 6. I'm blinking that point. And second, you want to find out y. So put y is equal to 0. From here you can find out the value of x. Your x is 6. So go to 6 and remain there because y is 0. So here you got, so join these 2 points. Okay, this inequality was saying x plus y, x plus y is not less than 6, it's greater than 6. So mistakenly I wrote less than and equal to 6. So look, x plus y is greater than equal to 6. So we have to shade the unwanted region. How to locate the wanted and unwanted region? So make angles with the x-axis of this line you have just drawn on the grid. So there is a small angle and a bigger angle. So the inequality says greater. So the bigger angle, the side on the bigger angle is all the wanted region and the side on the smaller angle is unwanted. So you shade this unwanted region. Now come and draw the second y is equal to x line. This is easy to draw. So inequality is y is less than equal to x. So you extend this x-axis a little bit. Now draw the 2 angles on this line. One is a smaller angle and other is bigger angle, or you can say larger angle, or you can say greater angle. So y is less than x. It means the wanted region is towards the lesser angle, the smaller angle. So you shade the opposite side, means the side of the larger angle. Now x is less than equal to 8 means as x is equal to 8. So x is equal to 8 is this black line. So the value of x is lesser from this line is towards origin, means 7, 6, 5, 4. So this is all wanted region. So you shade the opposite side where the values are bigger than 8. And now 2x plus 3y is equal to 30. So how to draw this line? You place x is equal to 0 and find the value of y. So y is 10. So you mark from 0, go on the y-axis and mark at 10. I have marked with black dot. Now 2x plus cy is equal to 30. Now place y equals 0 to find x. Your x is 15. So 15 on the x-axis and 0 is there. So you mark this and join with the line. So this is your, now this inequality says less than equal to, so make two angles on the x-axis. One is small angle, one is bigger angle. Inequality says less than, so it means towards the smaller angle all the region is wanted, so you have to shade the opposite side where the bigger angle is. So shade here. So your region is in the middle, which is white, unshaded. So you write R here because examiner said label the region R. Okay, now find the number of small cars and the number of large cars needed to carry exactly 60 people. So you can find out like number of small cars, number of large cars needed to carry exactly 60. So 6 small cars and 6 larger cars can carry exactly 60 people. You can use this in the equation. Okay, when the company uses 7 cars to find the largest number of people that can be carried, so 4x plus 6y make 7 cars, so 4, and you have to remain inside the region R. So 4 and 3 make 7, 5, 2 make 7, 6, 1 make 7. So any values will give you the answer. So, and 7, 0 also. So use 4 and 3. So this is 34. So 34 is your answer. Question number 10. Okay, this is first. We have to fill the fifth term and the nth term. So your difference is 5 minus 9 is 4, and all the distance is minus 4 minus 4. So you use minus 4 with minus 3, so you can fill the fifth term. So this is a constant difference, so you use a plus n minus 1 times d because it's a linear sequence, and a is your first value of first term and d is your constant difference. Now simplify it, you get 13 minus 4n. So this is your nth term. For 4, 9, 16, so this is, if you see, this is n plus whole power 2. Like you see 4 is written in the first term, so you add 1 in it, you get 5, and then you write 1 in it, and 1 plus 1 makes 4, 1 plus 1 makes 2, the square of 2 is 4, and if you write 2 in n, so 2 plus 1 is 3, the square of 3 is 9. So like this you can write, actually you have made the nth term for this. So, or you can, in other words, you can square the n. In n you square 2, you get the first term 4. You square the n in n 3, you get 9. square of 4 is 16, square of 5 is 25, so square of 6 is 36. So it means you are squaring one the next term from the previous term, you are squaring it. So that's why you can write n, that is your first term, plus 1 the second, and then you are squaring it. So your nth term formula is n plus 1 whole square, and your fifth term is 36. Okay, one cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, so this is cube of n, so you get 125. Cube of 5 is 125. So 8, 16, 32, 64. So you make the base same. So the base of all these can be 2. So 2 power, you write n, 2 power n, and add 2 in it. Like if you write 1 in n, so 1 plus 2 is 3. So 2 power 3 is 8. Likewise, you write 2 in n. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So 2 power 4 is 16. So you can write your fifth term in the same way. You write 5 in n. So 5 plus 2 is 7, and 2 power 7 is 128. Okay, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. This sequence is a Fibonacci sequence. After the first two terms, the rule to find the next term is add the previous two terms. For example, 5 plus 8 is 13. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. So the second one is a bit difficult because you have to end up to 11. So you can guess or hit and trial method. If you write 3 in the second term, so 3 plus 1 makes 4. Now then 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. This is totally a hit and trial method. The third one is also a bit difficult because you have to use hit and trial method. So if I write 2, so 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1 plus minus 1 is 0. And 0 plus 1 is 1. That's how we can fill this. Okay, 1 over 3, 3 over 4, 4 over 7, 7 over 11, 11 over 18, and what's next? One term of this sequence is P over Q. Find in term of P and Q the next term in this sequence. Okay, if I understand this sequence, I can write Q over P plus Q. Look, my Q is in the denominator. So if you notice, in the first term, your denominator becomes a numerator in the second term. So likewise, in the denominator of second term, which is 4, it becomes a numerator of the third. So your denominator is said to be Q, so I wrote Q in the numerator. Divided by why I wrote P plus Q. Go back to the first sequence and see the denominator. If you add 3 plus 4, you get the third. If you add 4 plus 7, you get 11. If you add 7 plus 11, you get 18. So that's why I wrote P plus Q. Actually, sorry. What I did, I'm using the both denominator, addition of both denominator. But I have to tell you how I wrote P plus Q. P is in your numerator, so you see the first term, first term 1 over 3. So you add the denominator and the numerator. 1 plus 3, you get the denominator of the second. Now do the same thing. P is your numerator, Q is your denominator. So you add 3 plus 4, you get the denominator of third. and likewise 4 plus 7 you get 11. So this is a way you can write q over p plus q. Okay, find sixth term of this sequence. Now it becomes easy. 18 over 29. Thank you. This is my number and I'm from Pakistan. Any inquiry you can, without any hesitation, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you so much.